My first 10 spins, I pulled a kit. That's crazy. This is a voiceover because at the time I wasn't even expecting to get anything good. I'm just like 5k gems. I'm just gonna shoot for the stars. This is part 3 of my series where I go from noob to pro without a death, free to play, no trading, and no help from anyone else, with a surprise twist that the community actually voted for. Anyways, here it is, and be sure to subscribe. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm only like 14 levels in to Atlantis. 20 levels in. I'm not really sure. I hate this dungeon. Like, I genuinely hate this dungeon. I'm playing this more and more with darkness. This is just terrible. I mean, I don't even know what it is about. It's a really long dungeon. It's a really boring dungeon. I hate this dungeon, and this has not been fun at all, one bit. It's like if there was ever a moment I would use 2 times XP, it would be here. Guys, my brain is starting to melt. Every time I look at how many levels I've gone up, I look back at like how many more levels I have to go and how many more dungeons it's taking me each run. Like, it's taking me more and more dungeons, and it's like, oh, I already hate this dungeon so much, and now it's gonna make me run 14 of them for a level. But like, on a bright note, what has helped me speed up a bit is I feel like I've gotten a lot better with darkness. Like, I feel like my routes have gotten better, and I feel like I'm just generally better at using these abilities now, to be honest. Just finished the boss there, but before I go on, there's actually a bit of a rule change here. In my past 2 parts, I've constantly had people tell me I should be able to use mythics that I pull myself, and I threw up a poll on YouTube, and people did vote overwhelmingly for me to be able to use mythics that I pull myself. Like 85% of people said I should be able to, so that's what I'll be doing. But I want to keep it difficult and interesting, so even though I can use mythics now, I'm going to force myself to not use an element for more than 30 levels throughout this run. So say I swap to Reaper right now, I would only be able to use it for 30 more levels, and then I have to swap off to keep it kind of interesting. I decided I'm not going to switch to my Reaper quite yet. I have a gravity and I have a couple more darknesses. If the rule change takes effect like right now, I could probably still switch back to my darknesses and get some levels out of it, because I only just put in the rule change now and I only have 1 mythic. It's unlikely I pull another mythic. You see, I got 710 gems. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of gem grinding after this, now that I know that I can use other mythic elements. I haven't been gem grinding because I pulled what I needed and I was like, all right, I'm using this to the end of the game. But now that I can use other stuff, it's like, oh, maybe I should start getting gems. Kind of regret not getting gems in the past, like doing my dailies and stuff, but I'm gonna be going back to it now. So for now, I think I'm gonna use gravity. It's just really slow. Like, it's like, you can see every move I'm using is just real single target. So you either gotta group them up a lot, or you gotta like just single target all of them. It does pretty good damage numbers, so it'll be decent for handling bosses. I think I'm not gonna go to the boss this time. I think what I'm gonna do is get a few more levels. I don't know, maybe I might try to like level this up before fighting the boss to gravity zone and then go to the boss. Don't want to risk dying or none, you know what I'm saying? But this gravity, I don't know. I think after this, I'm gonna go grind some gems for a few days, honestly. Like, do my dailies, knock some of that stuff out. I think leaderboard rewards are also coming up pretty soon, if I remember that correctly. Guys, this is a voiceover. I had no idea why I was even spinning here. I just was like looking at the banner and I was like, this is filled with darkness and nature. These are 2 things I already had at this point, but I was like, man, I got 1 more potion, 5k gems. Let's just go for it. And my first 10 spins, I pulled a kit. That's crazy. This is a voiceover because at the time I wasn't even expecting to get anything good. I'm just like 5k gems. I'm just gonna shoot for the stars. And literally, you can see 2 spins in, I pulled a kit. That is insane. Again, I wasn't even like I had like music going during this and all that. So I was just like pulling just to pull, just for the giggles, and I got a kit. To be honest, I don't think I have a choice. This gravity stuff is going too slow, and it is too weak, and it is too inconsistent. I'm scared I'm gonna die, and not only am I scared I'm gonna die, I have 20 more hard levels of Atlantis left to go. I think I'm gonna take a risk and push myself through the rest of Atlantis by switching to Kitsune. I think I'm gonna waste the 30 levels here just so I can get past Atlantis. Atlantis has been so boring to play. It has been honestly mind-numbingly boring. I might swap back to darkness because the rule only came into effect just this episode, so I still have some levels I can do with darkness. I might swap back to darkness for underworld, but I have to get myself through Atlantis because I'm starting to feel just so bored of this dungeon. I'm switching to Kitsune, and I'm getting to I can take Kitsune to 172, which is what is that, the second difficulty of Underworld? I can't look. I think it's the second difficulty of Underworld. Now there are 4 mythics I can get a hold of. I can take 1 mythic from 140 to 170, then 170 to 200, 200 to 230, and then 230 to 260. I really do think I should still save my Reaper for 230 to 260, because Reaper is probably the best. I think I should use Galaxy for 200 to 230, and then from 230 to 260 Reaper, and 170 to 200 I'm gonna need to pull a mech. I'm gonna have to start getting my gems back up. I'm gonna start grinding those dailies and stuff like that so I can get a mech again, because if I don't, I'm gonna have to switch off of something, because remember the new rule is every 30 levels I have to switch. I can only use an element for 30 levels. And really, you may think it's dumb to use Kitsune now, but I'm telling you, Atlantis, I feel now after playing through Atlantis free to play with a legendary, this is probably the dungeon most people quit on. Not because of anything other than it's mind-numbingly boring. Oh, I forgot. I'm so used to using Krampus, I forgot I have slightly slower M1s than Krampus does. Krampus M1s are crazy. Krampuses are like boom, 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 boom. Like it just like, Krampus messes them up. But here we go with Kit. Here we go. Oh yeah. I can almost one tap him. A few more kills and I'll probably have my just enough mastery. Just this M1 alone is just gonna help so much. Just being able to one tap him here, probably pretty soon, hopefully pretty soon. I gotta be really, because I'm still, also you don't get no armor from Atlantis. This entire time I've been grinding Atlantis, I haven't gotten a piece of armor that's like better than my Snow Castle stuff. I've been just locked at 1,000 health for the longest time. I think I'm always gonna try to keep myself above 2 tap. Feels so bad for people who are stuck in Atlantis without 2 times XP, because this is terrible. When I was doing the speed run in 8 hours, it was terrible with 2 times XP and pay to win. Oh my god, if you're using a legendary no 2 times XP, you'll quit at Atlantis. I'm starting to second guess myself. I mean, I'm gonna be able to take Kit to 170, but like I'm probably not gonna get too much time with his transformation or anything like that. So it's like, was this worth it? Was using Kit to push myself through Atlantis worth it? I mean, I think so, because Kit drops off significantly in the later game, and Atlantis is probably the worst dungeon ever made in a dungeon game. So it's like, if I can use Kit to like get myself through it mentally, I think that's a W, because boy was I starting to get burnt out here. But I'm never gonna get to like really use the transformation, and I had to waste a mythic. It's like, what am I gonna use at 170 now? I think I might actually have to go after this, go back to like grinding gems or something, which is like, oh fuck, I don't want to do that. I'm actually about to get my Fox Shock move. Am I gonna get it before this boss? That'd be really cool. Hold on, let me see. No, I'm getting too little XP per kill. Yeah, no. Okay, what am I even saying? It'll be next dungeon. I'll probably get it, which will help. Fox Shock's a pretty good move. Pretty big AoE and stuff. Might help with clearing as well. Getting pretty good at this boss, but this is almost the hardest difficulty too. So there's that. Actually, there's no real difference, honestly. I said this a lot. There's no real difference between me playing this mode and Nightmare mode or any like hardcore mode, is because like I can't die anyway. So it's like everything is pretty much. Ooh, that was. I got down to like 100. Oh my god, I'm at 217. Hold on, I gotta lock in. There's no way I die here with Kit. Hold on, if I get hit once, he does like 400 per shot. If I get hit once, oh, I actually gotta lock in. I gotta finish this boss up. I was yip yapping too much. I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay, we're good. That was close. That was really close. And my inventory, so I gotta go back to menu. I'm in the end game now. You can see I'm like a hair off. I'm so close to being 160. I'm so excited to be to Underworld. Underworld is now, especially after the change, Underworld is one of my favorite dungeons. After I get this part out, you're gonna get part 4 like right after this, because I just love Underworld so much. I'm so excited to play Underworld. You have no idea. And this is my last dungeon before I hit it. I think it's my last. No, I'm not even gonna say I think. This is absolutely my last dungeon. I got this boss down as well. This guy has some pretty like hold on. This guy has some pretty like okay attacks, but like honestly, if you just like jump and then dash right as he like procs his attack on you, I messed up. I messed it up right there. Fuck. which is okay, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he like goes through his attack, you just jump and dash, and you're pretty much fine. Underworld attack is gonna have some like weird stuff though, because he has that like, well, like that raining down from above or whatever. The boss has that, and that'll be a little weird. And there's also a mini boss on that one, so there's that as well. But I shouldn't even say besides that, there's actually a lot in Underworld that can kill me pretty easily if I'm not like paying attention. Unlike Atlantis, which just like bores you to death. Oh, I lied. That wasn't my last dungeon. I lied about that being my last dungeon, but it's okay. We're just going to grab a few kills here and get out of Atlantis as fast as possible and never, ever look back. Is that it? That's it. All right, let's get out of here. And yeah, never play Atlantis again. And that is part 3 of this run. I am so happy to be out of Atlantis. Yeah, it took switching to Kitsune to push myself finally past it, and I'm gonna have to switch off of it very soon, but I'm through Atlantis and on to Underworld finally, because I hate Atlantis and I'm so glad to be out of there. Anyways, thanks for watching. See ya.